If you are considering moving to Malaysia as a digital nomad, either solo or with family, this video will serve as a complete guide based on the latest 2026 rules and requirements. Malaysia Rantau Pass still remains one of the more accessible and practical digital nomad visas available, but there are a few important things you should know before applying, and we'll cover all of them in this video. Later in this video, I'll also walk you through the entire application process step by step, showing you exactly how you can apply by your own. We'll go through the process together in real time so you can follow along and understand every stage of the application. Hi, my name is Moin and I have been living in Malaysia for last 2 years as a digital nomad. And throughout this journey, I have learned a lot about the application process, requirements, approvals, day-to-day life in Malaysia, and I'll be sharing those insights with you. So make sure to subscribe. So let's move forward. So the Rantau Pass was launched in 2022 by MDEC, Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, and the Malaysian government to attract remote workers, freelancers, and digital entrepreneurs, and actually encourage them to actually live and spend from Malaysia. So in simple, you work for a foreign client or foreign company, but you live in Malaysia legally for up to 1 year and extendable to another year, with access to co-working spaces, better lifestyle, and relatively much cheaper cost of living than the Western countries. You must be thinking, like, why Malaysia? So in just simple points, I would tell you that it has the lowest cost of living, quality of life here, travel hub, easy access to Southeast Asia, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, all the countries, nomad culture and high-speed internet, beautiful beaches, and so much more to offer. So if you're a freelancer or a remote worker, you get a really good balance of comfort, affordability, and connectivity, of course. Let's understand the requirements. So we have two main categories, tech talents and non-tech talents. So both categories have two main profiles, a remote worker and a digital freelancer or an independent contractor. The main difference between tech talent and non-tech talent is the income. For tech talent, it's much cheaper, which is just $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year. Whereas for non-tech professions, you have to make at least $5,000 a month or $60,000 per year. So that's the main difference. Otherwise, everything goes same for both profiles and categories. Let's get deeper into remote worker and digital freelancer or independent contractors. So the remote worker is someone who has an active employment contract with a company, but he serves remotely, right? And the contract should be at least minimum 3 months you have been serving in the company, and it should go up to at least 1 year. That's a really good case scenario. So like your success chances go up when you have a long-term contract with a client. And then another really important point is that your client or your company should not be based in Malaysia. That's a very important, you have to understand. Secondly, we have a digital freelancer or independent contractor. So most of our freelancers, they always have multiple projects, either on Upwork, Fiverr, from LinkedIn. You have always multiple contracts. So you're still eligible. You just have to prove and provide all your contracts, 2, 3, and make sure that combined you are fulfilling the income bracket. So that's the only goal there. So that's for the digital freelancer as well. One of the important things that people miss here is talent categories. So some rejection I have seen that, hey, I work online as a freelancer, I'm an accountant and I cannot, my visa has been rejected. So that's because Malaysia MDEC has clearly defined some talent categories, which you can see here, the list, some in tech categories, some in non-tech categories. So you have to look that you must be falling under these categories. If not, then maybe this might not be for you, because they will not accommodate your application and you will waste your time. So better to check the talent categories, or sometimes you can also clarify from MDEC that, hey, this is my profession, am I eligible to apply? then maybe they can process your application. Okay, here's the best part now, the documents you need to prepare. So first thing first, passport with minimum of 12 months validity, because if you have a passport and you are applying for 1 year visa, they are going to give you a 1 year contract of e-pass, of course. So you need to have at least 1 year validity. And then profile picture, of course, a really good picture. Then a proof of employment, freelance contract. Some of the documents we're going to go deeper into how to prepare those documents as well. For now, I'm just going through the list. Proof of income, police clearance certificate, health travel insurance after approval, marriage and birth certificate for dependents, resume. It's optional. Sometimes they ask, sometimes they don't. Let's talk about proof of employment or freelance contract. Let's first talk about the remote worker. So if you are a remote worker, I'm sure that you have an employment contract from your company or from your client. So your letter of employment should state that you are eligible to work remotely, your position, your salary, and that the company is outside Malaysia. That is really important to mention. I'm sure that your contract has everything that I just stated. And then for the freelancer, it goes the same way, but I think you need to prove yourself a bit more with your invoices, with your contracts with multiple clients, with your portfolio, with your professional website and things like that. You have to provide more on that. So freelance contract is one of a crucial document that you need to prepare, and based on this contract, they're going to send this contract to your client to verify that you are working with them. And also it's very important to mention your client details, their email or contact person within the contract. So you might need to modify your contract a bit alongside with the client and make it exactly how the Malaysian MDEC needs it. Let's talk about how MDEC verifies it. Actually, MDEC verifies the application by contacting the employer via email to clarify that you are working with them. Secondly, MDEC scan through your resume, LinkedIn or socials to see if you are really associated with that particular company. Now, the second most important document would be proof of income or bank statement. So bank statement at least 3 to 6 months minimum, but preferred is yearly. If you can provide an yearly statement, that's a plus point. Secondly, you have to provide your pay slips. The income should be consistent, the income should be highlighted. One more important thing is that if you are providing bank statements, sometimes the bank statements are so confusing. What you can do is you can highlight your specific income from the client that you want to show to MDEC, that here's the income that I'm receiving for last couple of months. So that's how it's gonna be easy for MDEC to understand your income, that it's coming from this account. So that's something you have to show them. And thirdly, mainly for the contractors, you have to show the invoices, the payment confirmations for freelancers. These should clearly show that you meet the minimum income requirements for the visa. Another important documents if you are coming to Malaysia with your dependents. So marriage certificate and birth certificate are very important to attach when you are applying, because for spouse, prove the relationship between you and your spouse. Marriage certificate, to prove the relationship between you and your children, you have to attach the birth certificate, and it has to be translated into English. And secondly, some regions or some countries may ask you to do an attestation from the respective embassies within the country. So that's something you have to do as well. All right, so this is very important. The MDEC or Malaysian Digital Nomad Visa processing time. Usually MDEC mentioned that it takes 6 to 8 weeks, around 2 to 3 months. But that is not completely true. Minimum it takes 3 months now, or max it can go up to 7 months. Yes. So this is the reality actually, and it's really disappointing. I have seen some people who waited for 7 months and then finally their visa got approved. But one of the best part about Malaysian Digital Nomad Visa, if you're eligible, it may take time, but they will give you approval. If even because of some issues they reject you, you can still appeal and get approved. So it's just a matter of that you are eligible for the visa. There are a couple of reasons I want to mention that you have to know before applying for the visa. Some of the reason MDEC tells us that because of a lot of application backlog from all the visa categories. That's why digital nomad visa has been delayed. That's the first reason from MDEC. And sometimes if you are missing a document, that can be a reason. If Malaysian holidays, Malaysia has a lot of holidays, which is good, but it also causes sometimes delays. Lastly, I think sometimes there are technical problems. Not sometimes, but most of the time there are technical problems where your application may get stuck. But yeah, there are really cooperative. You just have to email or call them to clear your application, and then your application will just continue, and then they'll start processing it. So that's for the processing time. When we talk about the application fee, it's 1000 RM, which is around 250 US dollars for the primary applicant. Or if you're adding the dependents, then you have to pay 500 RM, which is like $125 each. All right, now let's jump to what most of you are waiting for. How do I actually apply? Let's get on my laptop, and meantime, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you find this content valuable. And in the future, I'll be uploading more and more videos regarding travels, visas, and about Malaysia as well. So see you on the screen. All right, I'm on my laptop now, and this is the Rantau official landing page which you can explore. And these are all the requirements that we just discussed. This is really important. You just need to see all these categories in tech talent and the non-tech talent. And yeah, this is all which you can explore yourself. Meantime, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just sign up here. And this is the portal which you're gonna sign up. I'm just gonna go and register a new account. I'm going to create an account with some other name, and here's my OTP. All right, here we have multiple options. So you have to go with the Rantau Digital Nomad for, and this is the main first Nomad Visa that Malaysia has introduced. Then they have recently introduced the Sarawak one as well. Sarawak is another region within the Malaysia, so you can apply for this one as well, but I would recommend you can apply for this one for now. You can, if you want to explore Sarawak and you want to live there, Sabah Sarawak area, then this can be for you as well. But if you want to live mainly in the city side, KL, Langkawi, Penang, then you should apply for this visa. Moving forward, okay, now here are all the requirements that they have mentioned. These are the same requirements we discussed. You can see, I'm not going to just repeat it, but you can screenshot and then, or you can pause and you can look into them. All right, I think I'm a remote worker. I'll just follow with this and then I'll proceed. All right, so let's fill out the form. First, we'll go through the personal details. As you can see on the right side, they have the application steps, application process, and I'm not going to fill the complete form here. I'm just going to show you. Here at first you have to write the name exactly as your passport, your gender, marital status of course, and the nationality here, and place of birth, country of birth, and then state of birth, and then income tax number if any, and then your residential address, your emergency contact details, your social media information. This is really important, and make sure that, especially LinkedIn, make sure that this is up to date and it syncs with your contract. This is very important. So once you complete your personal information, then you go to your passport. So here you will actually include your passport details, passport number and everything up here. And then, are you in Malaysia? Yes or no? Better it's no, because if you're in Malaysia, then it's a completely different process. It's a mess. So it's better always to apply from outside Malaysia. And yeah, then you have to put your embassy here. And then academic, you can put your academics here. The best part about this visa is there are no academic requirements, like any degree would work here. I just uploaded my high school degree and it worked. So because they prefer skill, right? You're a digital nomad, and then if you have skill and you search online, this is gonna work. And then if you are digital self-learner, you can say yes. How you learn from YouTube, from courses, blah blah blah. That's something you can do as well. Experience and projects. This is very important. You are technical or non-technical. You are technical, and then you can add your contract details. It's just like your organization or company name, how much salary and things like that, and everything will be here. And the duration of stay, it's up to you. I'll say 12 months. And then sponsor. So do you have a sponsor? Always no. If no, then it means that MDEC is going to be your sponsor. Then dependents. If you have dependents, yes, you can add the dependents. It's going to be the same process. If not, then no. Then finally, very important is the documents. So first is passport, all pages, at least 6 empty pages. Latest resume, now they have added it, it's important now, it's mandatory. Latest 3 months bank statement and yearly income statement, both are important. Employment contract is important. This is police clearance certificate. This is personal bond, but you don't need it now. This is when you actually get approved. So, and then they have mentioned here the fee as well. Based on your country, you can see the fees of personal bond. But this is not required now. This is required once your application is going to be approved. So then other mandatory, if applicable, travel insurance, educational certificate, any awards, anything. All these additional requirements are important. If you upload them, then your application is going to be strong, and there would be more and more chances of you getting approved faster. So that's all the application, and then once you're done, then you can just save and submit, and that's how you're going to apply for the application. That's that easy. Let me take you through my account, and I'm going to show you my portal, and you'll see my approvals as well. So this is my account, and then I'm going to hide my information up here, but you can see that I got endorsed, and then I can actually see everything here. So yeah, this is all, I guess. So I hope this helps, and thank you so much again for watching the video. I hope this helps, and please make sure to subscribe. So see you in another video. Good day.